Wild boars, also known as feral hogs or wild pigs, are among the most dangerous and widespread invasive species in the United States today. Not native to the region, they were brought to North America by Europeans in the 16th century as a food source. Many escaped or were released into the wild and began to reproduce rapidly. As of 2025, more than 40 U.S. states report the presence of wild boars, with an estimated population of 6 to 9 million animals. Wild boars reproduce at an alarming rate. A mature female can give birth to 4 to 12 piglets per litter and can have 1 to 2 litters per year. Females become fertile as early as 6 to 8 months old. Wild boars live 4 to 8 years in the wild. Adults weigh between 100 and 200 kilograms, with some reaching 250 kilograms. They have long tusks, sharp teeth, and thick hides that protect them in harsh environments. They can travel 10 to 15 kilometers per day, especially when food is scarce or they are being hunted. Their range expands by approximately 8 to 16 kilometers per year. Wild boars are highly opportunistic omnivores. Their diet includes plants, roots, bulbs, seeds, crops, corn, soybeans, wheat, grass, animals, insects, bird eggs, snakes, small fish, amphibians, and even small livestock like goats or lambs if available. Human food waste, organic garbage, livestock feed, and agricultural leftovers. They have an excellent sense of smell and will root through soil to find underground food sources. Wild boars breed year-round but are most active in spring and fall. When the weather is milder and food is plentiful, they inhabit forests, wetlands, agricultural areas, and even suburban zones. Females typically establish territories near water sources. A herd can range from 10 to 30 animals, usually consisting of females and their young, with smaller males. The most common method, legal in many states, often with no banned limits. Weapons include rifles, bows, handguns, and even helicopters or trained dogs in some regions. Large corralled traps can capture entire groups. However, they require careful monitoring to avoid injuring non-target animals or people. Electric fences, 1-1.5 meters high, are effective. XP. Some areas use corn laced with toxins or tranquilizers to either kill or capture boars. These must be strictly managed to avoid affecting other wildlife. Invasive and less feasible for large areas. People are advised not to leave food waste accessible. Avoid unregulated pig farming, and report sightings or signs of wild boars. A. Hunting. The most common method, legal in many states, often with no bag limits. Weapons include rifles, bows, handguns, and even helicopters or trained dogs in some regions. B. Traps. Large corralled traps can capture entire groups. However, careful monitoring to avoid injuring non-target animals or people. C. Electric fencing. Electric fences, 1-1.5 meters high, are effective but expensive and less feasible for large areas. D. Bait and elimination. Some areas use corn laced with toxins or tranquilizers to either kill or capture boars. These must be strictly managed to avoid affecting other wildlife. E. Public awareness. People are advised not to leave food waste accessible. Avoid unregulated pig farming, and report sightings or signs of wild boars. Safety checks. Due to disease risk, wild boar meat must be thoroughly inspected and processed. Hunters typically field dress the animal, remove the organs, cool the carcass with ice, and transport it to a processing facility. Meat processing. Shoulders and hams, roasted whole or smoked. Bones and scraps, used in stews or chili. Tenderloins, turned into sausages. Salami, or roasted. Fat, rendered into lard for cooking or soap making. Flavor profile. The meat is dark red, has a rich and slightly gamey taste, and is tougher than domestic pork. Young boars, under 1 year old, offer more tender and flavorful meat. Nutritional value. Wild boar meat is high in protein, low in fat, and rich in zinc, iron, and vitamin B12. However, it must be fully cooked to ensure safety. Wild boars pose a major ecological and agricultural threat in the United States. But they can also be a valuable source of wild meat if properly managed. Balancing between eradication and responsible harvesting is essential for protecting the environment, agriculture, and public safety.